there will be new Mega Evolutions in Pokemon Legends ZA. That's right, I am not saying I think there will be or there might be. I'm saying there will be. Bookmark this video, save it, whatever you have to do. Come back to me when Legends ZA releases to tell me that I was wrong, because I won't be wrong. There will be new Megas. Welcome back to the post, everyone, where we talk about all things Pokemon, and today I'm going to be talking about why there will be new Megas in Legends ZA. Like I said, I'm confident in this. Like, I'm not saying, you know, oh, I have a theory that there will be. No, I'm telling you straight up, there will be. So why exactly will there? Well, there's multiple reasons. There's reasons out of world, like out of the Pokemon world, a reason that GameFreak would want to make new Mega Evolutions, but then also in universe, there's a lot of good reason for why new Mega Evolutions would exist. Okay, so starting with why GameFreak would want to do this. Well, first off, it's just simple, right? Mega Evolution sells. Mega Evolution seems to be the fan favorite gimmick. While I think a lot of competitive players are kind of terrified of it, they don't really like how it functions. It is overall, and I know there's exceptions, I know some of you don't like Mega Evolution, but overall it is a beloved gimmick. It's something that people celebrated the return of when they were announced to be in Pokemon Legends ZA. It's definitely a major selling point of the franchise. So it stands to reason, yeah, we should promote Mega Evolution, and we should make Pokemon that are going to be able to Mega Evolve in this game that, you know, we're not able to Mega Evolve before. It also makes sense because it pushes the game, right? You know, especially because Mega Evolution, they often visit older Pokemon, so like Gen 1 Pokemon. When they grab some Gen 1 Pokemon, a Pokemon you've known since the very beginning of the franchise, and they say this Pokemon now has a Mega Evolution, it just fuels the promotion of this game. Everybody starts talking about how, hey, you know that Pokemon from Gen 1 that used to be a nothing mon? You know how this Pokemon just wasn't all that good? Now it can Mega Evolve. Now it might actually be really, really good. Now it's finally the beast we see it as in the anime, or, you know, things like that. Like, it allows GameFreak to do that. It gets their game talked about, which is ultimately what will help sell the game. Not only this, but it'll help sell the game specifically to older players who haven't touched Pokemon in a while, because it kind of appeals to that sense of nostalgia, right? Furthermore, Mega Evolution doesn't just sell the games, but it also sells new plushies. New designs sell new plushies. There's going to be a Mega Charizard Z plushie if a Mega Charizard Z happens, and it's going to make Pokemon even more money. And it's going to be promoted across the various different platforms in Pokemon, whether it's the TCG, the anime, or the video games, of course. But in universe, it does make a lot of sense for new Mega Evolutions to appear in Pokemon Legends ZA. So if you look at the origins of Megastones, it is theorized by Professor Sycamore himself that Megastones were created by the firing of the ultimate weapon by AZ 3,000 years ago. In fact, he even theorizes that perhaps maybe regular evolution stones like a moonstone or a firestone were actually transformed into mega stones by the ultimate weapon's infinity energy that it gave off. Now, if that firing of the ultimate weapon way back 3,000 years ago is what created the first batch of megastones, then it would stand to reason that if the ultimate weapon were to be fired again, then more Megastones would be created from it, or at least there's a chance that they would be. Now, you might be going, okay, but AZ fired the ultimate weapon and it never got fired again. But I'd tell you you're wrong. The ultimate weapon actually was fired again. In Pokemon X and Y, you go through the game and you try to stop Team Flare, you think you've clicked the right button to deactivate the ultimate weapon, but alas, Lysander launches the ultimate weapon anyways, and he does fire it. Now, there's not enough energy for the ultimate weapon to do the kind of damage it did back 3,000 years ago when AZ fired it, but nonetheless, the ultimate weapon was able to shoot out a beam of infinity energy, and it came crashing right back down on itself. And it wasn't like this did nothing. I mean, it did have some casualties. Lysander is possibly dead, at least, like, if you're playing Pokemon X, he has immortality, but it's trapped under rubble forever. So it did cause some casualties there. It also did destroy Geosenge Town. So this ultimate weapon didn't do nothing, right? And either way, I would say that it wasn't the blast from the ultimate weapon that created Megastones, because it's not a phenomenon that occurs in the region that the ultimate weapon hit. Instead, it's right here in the Kalos region. It's from the infinity energy radiation that the ultimate weapon gave off by firing. So since it was fired again, Pokemon X and Y, it stands to reason that there could be some new Megastones out there now. And we know that Pokemon Legends EA takes place after Pokemon X and Y. We know this because, for one, if you just look at the technology in the city, it's very clearly a modern day setting. But also, we see that AZ is currently running the Hotel Z alongside his Eternal Flower Floette. Now, AZ and this Floette have been separated for 3,000 years, as Floette couldn't really forgive him for, killing a bunch of people. But they ended up coming back together and reuniting at the end of Pokemon X and Y's story. So the fact that these two were seen together here just further proves that, yeah, this is post Pokemon X and Y. Furthermore, too, if you look at what's going on in the story of Pokemon Legends EA, we see that there's kind of some sketchy things going on. I think we're all a little skeptical of the company Quasartico and its CEO Jet, and also her secretary Vinny. I think we're all kind of thinking they're sus, but especially if you look into what exactly they're doing and how they are possibly involved with these promotion matches that we got in a little stinger at the end of the trailer. It makes you wonder what exactly is going on here. Zygarde is getting involved, which implies something weird is going on, and my theory is that these promotion matches, which I think will be held at Prism Tower given the logo that is seen on the phone, they will be used by Quasartico to basically just siphon off infinity energy from Pokemon. These battles will be heated, and you'll probably be Mega Evolving your Pokemon in those matches, which will allow them to kind of take that infinity energy. I don't know what for, but either way, whatever they're using it for, this storing of it will just make Lumiose City a hotspot for infinity energy, which will make Pokemon be able to Mega Evolve, and that makes me think that we could even see some wild Mega Evolutions, and perhaps even we could kind of see some Pokemon go a little rogue with it. We see this happen with some components of Infinity Energy that seem to exist, like with Loquium in the Pokemon Horizons anime, but also we see it exist in Mega Evolution lore, as we hear about Mega Evolve Pokemon going nuts, and we even see it happen firsthand with Karina's Lucario back in the Pokemon X and Y series. And now you might be thinking, okay, that sounds awfully similar to what happened in Pokemon XYZ's anime. And yeah, it does. I believe that Pokemon X, Y, and Z was taking its story inspiration from a scrapped Pokemon X2, Y2, or Pokemon Z game, and this is even why the Zygarde forms were appearing there. Ash Greninja, I think, was possibly done because they had maybe originally planned to give Ash a Mega Greninja, but of course, that's all speculative, so I'll try to leave that aside. But either way, we know that some kind of sequel to X and Y was going to exist. It didn't. Then the anime did a plot around Zygarde, and these kind of elements seem to be appearing here in Pokemon Legends EA. So yeah, I do think that you're going to see some of that inspiration. So it's not that Pokemon Legends EA is borrowing from XYZ. It's actually that Pokemon Legends EA is borrowing from a scrapped game that Pokemon XYZ was also happening to borrow from. And I don't think it'll be exactly the same. I don't think that we'll be able to predict this game. But I do think I'm onto something here, and at the very least, I do think that you'll be seeing new Mega Evolutions as a result of either the firing of the Ultimate Weapon in Pokemon X and Y, the storing of Infinity Energy by Quasartico Inc. here in Pokemon Legends EA in Lumiose City, or a combination of the two. But yeah, that's my theory, guys. In fact, my theory is the reason behind it, but the fact is we're going to get new Megas in Legends EA. They're going to want to push these games. They're, focusing on Mega Evolution. Again, it's been a significant part of both trailers we've gotten so far, and also, it just makes sense. You want to give these things to older Pokemon so that they keep up with the power creep that comes in with every new Pokemon game. So yeah, let me know what you think. What new Megas would you like to see? Personally, I'm holding out some hope for later generations to get it, like Unova and beyond, since only Audino got in Unova, and only Diancie got it in Kalos, and then obviously Alola and On didn't exist at that point, so I'm hoping for that. Mega Noivern, please, But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, all that fun stuff. And until next time, I'll see all of you later.